Hello everybody, I'm Ryan and I'm going to open up X-Files, the collectible card game booster packs. I'm a huge X-Files fan and it's a game that was great. It's kind of obsolete now, but there's still people like me who are nostalgic and really thought it was a great game. You can still find unopened packs online. I just happened to buy 24 loose packs on eBay for like 10 bucks. I think you can still get full boxes, the 36-pack booster boxes, for probably $30-$40. But the game is still very good. I actually, like I said, got 24 packs here, but I'm not going to open all of them. I'm just going to open up probably 5 right now. And a definitive list, in case anybody wants to know any card game or any non-card game checklist, is nslist.com. NSLIST s.com. That's what I go to. It's Jeff Allender's House of Checklists, and that's what I'm going to be using to discover if I've received any rares or ultra rares in these packs. But it is the X-Files collectible card game. Not the TV show cards, those are different. This is for the actual game. So my first card is Cecil Lively. It's an X-File. That's common. Leonard. It's another X-File card. The game is kind of like Clue. The X-Files are what you're trying to solve, so you need them to play the game. Another X-File, the Swarm. An event card, Written Report. X-Files Research. In-service training, access personal files, expert briefing, fingernail scrapings. See, the X-Files card game, they're designed really cool, almost like you're looking at, you know, a file being opened. There's paper clips and all sorts of debris on the desk where this file's laid, and so they did a really good job designing the cards. The text is a little bit small, which has always been a complaint, but really the design of the card is great. And they even got a saying from each episode on the bottom of the card. I got Detective Sharon Lazard, Detective Frank Briggs, Dr. Davy, Emil and Zoe, I can't remember. It's one of the first episodes, but you know, you got Seth Green there, one of his first early TV appearances. Equipment card, Taped Intelligence, and I got a Medikit. Let me take a look really quick. Again, I went on to Jeff Allender's House of Checklists, again, nslist.com. I printed off a checklist. He does a good job of telling you whether it's a common, fixed, uncommon, rare, or ultra rare. It was kind of difficult for this game because they never released like an official checklist that I know of that kind of established what was ultra rare. We just kind of, I think the players over time figured it out as they went on. So let's see here. The Medikit. The Medikit is my rare. Yeah, the Medikit is a rare. Sorry about that. It took me a minute to get through the list. It's quite extensive. Taped Intelligence. Also a rare. So I got 2 rares in this pack. Let me just take a look. I know some of these, just by having abundance of them, I know that most of these are not rares, but I'll double check just to make sure. Seth Green's card, Emil and Zoe. Card 188 is an uncommon. Dr. Davy. Is an uncommon. So 2 rares, 2 uncommons so far. Frank Briggs is an uncommon. Which is good because I actually didn't have that card. Sharon Lazard. Another uncommon. Fingernail scrapings. All these cards have a purpose, and if you get into the game, which I plan on making a tutorial on how to play the game because there doesn't seem to be one out there, and it's a lot easier to learn when you, one, if you're playing with somebody, kind of like Magic the Gathering, you can't really read the rule book and play it, but if you play with somebody else and learn it together, it's kind of easy, but if you watch somebody else play, it kind of makes a little bit more sense, but finding a partner who'd be willing to play the game at this day and age is a little bit tough. Fingernail scrapings was just a common. Expert briefing. Another common. Access personal files. Common. In-service training. Common. X-files research. Is a common. Shocker. Written report. Common. And then I got my 3 X-files here, which I think all the X-files were mostly either fixed or just commons, but I'll double check because I was actually missing an X-file. Most of the X-files came, I mean, you get a bunch in the boot and the starter decks, which I do have some unopened here. I'm not going to open one right now, but virtually unplayable in the Premier Edition of X-Files card game. These starter decks were not designed to actually play the game, which is kind of hilarious. Later on, they re-released them in the 2nd edition. Then it kind of made more sense. They were actually playable decks, but you cannot really learn how to play the game effectively with the X-Files Premier Edition starter decks. Just so you know, don't think you can go out there and buy one and think that, okay, you're good to go, because that's what I did. Kind of a nightmare. The Swarm, fixed common. Leonard's a common. And Cecil's a common because I already had about 8,000 of them. Alright, 2nd pack. Actually, I'm not going to open 5. I'm just going to open 2 because this one's already going quite long. I'll make some more where I open up the other ones. But as of right now, we're just going to open up 2. So my X-Files I got .com and the Postal Worker. Actually, I don't think I had that one. I'll have to double check. Actually, I'll look them up right now as I'm opening them. Maybe that would be a better way to do it. Postal Worker I did have. Common. $147, fixed common. Again, I got it in one of the starter decks that I had. Alright, my next card is Medical Treatment. Medical Treatment is listed as a common. I Want to Believe. It's an awesome card. Picture on it's from the pilot episode. 225. That's a common. Doug Spinney. I know I already have this card, but I'll double check to make sure that it's not an uncommon, but I think it's a common. Yeah, that's a common. Dr. Hodge is a common. Sir Malcolm Marsden is, I believe that's a common too. That's a common. Billy Miles, I liked what they did with Billy Miles throughout the run of the X-Files. I thought he was a really cool character that they kind of brought around full circle there at the end. Common. Sheriff Spencer. Sheriff Spencer is a common. Peter Tanaka. Peter Tanaka is, he's an uncommon, so I guess I'm starting to get into my uncommons here. Sinus cavity implant. I love this freaking game and I love this freaking show. And it's coming back. And I couldn't be happier. Uncommon. Dr. Sheila Braun. Dr. Sheila Braun. I don't know if you could see that or not. I already had one, but it is an uncommon. Dr. Laskos. Uncommon. Maybe these are my rares. Maybe I should keep track of how many rares and uncommons are in each pack. Anyways, this is Trust No One. Kind of self-explanatory there. Great picture. These cards are just awesome. I mean, even if you don't play the game, I prefer collecting these over the TV series. Just the regular cards. Yeah, I think they're cool. I did not have Trust No One. It's a rare event card. And Hospital Crash Cart. Code Blue Crash Cart, Nurse, Georgetown Hospital. Well, not all the sayings were winners, but that's still pretty cool. Hospital Crash Cart is a rare. So, 2 packs I opened up, got 2 rares in each. 1, 2, 3, 4 uncommons. 1, 2, 3, 4 uncommons in both. And the rest were commons. So I think we see a pattern here growing. You know what? I'm going to open up a 3rd one. Just because I like it and I want to. I'll keep these sorted out. So another one, unopened, Premier Edition booster pack. So I can only assume, of course, that these are, holy crap. Look at this. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 freaking X-Files. Actual X-Files. You know how you play the game. If you don't know how to play the game. That's crazy. This whole pack is X-Files, bluffs, and events. If that's random, that's crazy. Because, I mean, the X-Files are all commons. I believe. I'll double check. Well, that's the good thing about nslist.com, by the way. He puts them in numeric order, which is easy because all of them have the number on them. But also he breaks it down too by a list of commons, rares, etc. But also he breaks it down too. I mean, he lists whether it's an event, an agent, that way too. Let me just double check. I could probably save a ton of time here just to make sure none of the X-Files are classified as anything other than rare. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, anything other than common. Be bizarre, I guess, if there was a rare X-File, but okay, yeah, there's none. I'll go through them, but these are my commons. I got Volcanic Spore, X-File, Reverse Engineers, Alien Experimenters. You see Billy Miles in that card. Sweet. Eve. Inspiring the name of the band, Eve 6. Useless trivia. Alien Abductors. Brother Martin, Rogue Kindred. These cards are awesome. I don't care what anybody says. Oh boy, I can't even pronounce it. I'm not even going to pronounce it. I'll get it really close so you can see it. Ooh, Awesome picture. X-file comment. Alien conservationist. And of course, one of the first creepy episodes where they didn't really solve anything. I guess most of the time they didn't technically solve anything. Is Mrs. Paddock. A freaky ritual substitute teacher episode. Okay, so now I'm getting into my bluffs. Like I said, I got 4 bluffs and then 2 events. So if the cards are structured the same way as the other pack, the 2 events are probably my rares, and these 4 bluffs are probably my uncommons, but I will double check. First one is Intruder Countermeasures Program. It's a bluff. You see that? I don't know if I'm putting them in front of you guys the right way. Go easy on me. You've stayed on board with me this long. That's an uncommon. And I didn't have this card. So to me, that's money well spent. The Conundrum. I know I have this card. See that picture's it's just awesome. The Conundrum is an uncommon, but only owned 1 of them, so now I got 2. It was pretty unique, the deck construction for this game too. Obviously the agents, you could only have a certain amount, but everything else was a little bit up in the air. Got Pete, which I don't think I had any either. No, I did. I did have 1. Uncommon. Sheriff Daniels. Sheriff Daniels is a uncommon. Shocker. Okay, so these are my 2 events. I can only believe that these would be my rares. But I got No Place is Safe. Nice picture of Toombs sneaking through a vent. Because with him, if you guys remember, No Place is Safe, rare. And Lula Phillips. Lula Phillips. I don't think I had that one either. No, I did not. Rare. So again, yeah. 2 rares, 4 uncommons, and 9 commons. Seems to be the structure here. Yeah, what the hell. You know what? I am going to open up... I told you I was going to open up 5. I'm going to open up 5. I'm going to make this video really long. So strap in, another pack. I'll open the other ones up later. I'll change my shirt to make you think it's a different day. But really it's not. Crop circles. Common. Evidence overlooked. Common. SWAT training. It's a common. Government arrests suspects. Common. Lie detector. Electron emission microscope. These cards are really cool. It shows Mulder and Scully, of course, if you can see that, looking into an electron emission microscope. Got a knife. Can't go wrong with a knife. Can't go wrong with a knife. This is good. Same thing. It's really weird. Here's a bizarre thing too. Although it's all randomized in the packs, they're glopped together. Like my first 4 cards, 5 cards here, when I got past the events, were equipment. Then I got a series of bluffs that would be my uncommons, and then 2 events as rares. So although it's randomized, it's not like Pokemon cards and stuff where they don't like sort the the psychic type Pokemon. They just kind of, these ones are sorted, so the randomization is kind of peculiar in how they did it. High resolution camera. High res camera. Government car. Because they always had a government car, and it was always a top of the line model. That looks like an old Buick. Anyways, that would be a common. So now we get into my uncommon section. Detective 24. Detective Thompson. Detective Miles. These are all in the bluff which if you learn how to play the game, the bluffs are kind of important. And Henry Trondheim. Henry Trondheim. Actually, it's an uncommon, but I don't think I have that card. Again, money well spent. Now I'll get into my two rares. True Grit. Great picture of the man himself on there. True Grit. True Grit is a rare. And Samuel Hartley. Samuel Hartley. Also a rare. So I kind of like this. And I like the fact, you know what? It's actually kind of cool that they're sorted by the type of card they are. It's going to make my job a heck of a lot easier when I come to sort them. So how many packs is that? 3. Okay, I'm going to open up another one. Pack number 4. So let's see, yep, I got 4 sites to begin with that are all commons. The Psychiatric Hospital in Richmond, Virginia. You need these sites in order to play the game. That's kind of like going into the room in the Clue game where you say, you know, it was the conservatory with, you know, Colonel Mustard did it with the knife. Your Psychiatric Hospital is kind of, your site cards are kind of where that comes into play. It's your rooms, so to speak. It's how you investigate and try to solve what the X-file is. Cape Cod. Oh, I love the vacation in Cape Cod. Not. Aubrey. Containment facility in Georgetown. X-Files. Government cover-up. It's a bluff, and it's got a picture of all these alien corpses, as it was in the episode. Ghost in the Machine, if you guys remember that. That's a bluff card. Ghost in the Machine. That's a pretty sweet episode. Poisonous gases. That's a very unflattering picture of that gentleman, who is now infamous and immortalized on an X-Files card, making that face. Poor bastard. Dr. Aaron Monty, another bluff. Okay. Oh, this guy was a pain in the butt. If you remember, he was kind of the guy who was trying to stop, or, you know, it's perfect as a bluff card because if you remember the episode, he did everything he could to manipulate Mulder and Scully there. A Kevlar Vest. Getting into my equipment cards. Kevlar Vest. Nice card. Laptop computer. Bonus points if you can figure out what brand of laptop she's using in 1995, 96. Yeah. I'm into my event cards here. Decreased workload. Who doesn't want a little decreased workload? It's an uncommon. Road hazard. Road hazard. Listed as an uncommon. Now these technically would be my rares. Mind control, which I do not have that card. I don't have a ton of cards, in case you guys haven't figured out. Mind control. I don't have mind control. Yeah, it's a good... Oh, I'm sorry, these aren't event. I'm into the... My 2 rares are combat cards. That's what screwed me up. My uncommons were events and equipments. Mind control is a combat card. And spin kick is my other rare. So pretty formulaic with these packs. I'll open up the 5th one and then we can call it a show. These cards are still out there. The truth is still out there. The cards are still out there for real, and it's an awesome game if you get a chance to play it. It's so if you like Clue and those types of games, this is like clue on speed, I think somebody referred to it as, and it's just a lot of fun. And there's so much you can do with the decks. There are cards that were banned, which is why they re-released the Premier set. They took out some cards that were kind of broken and replaced them with new ones. So you do have to kind of collect both the Premier set and the second set. And there was an expansion too. And then there was if you go on the web too, you can find unreleased cards for what would have been the next expansion. Anyways, first 3 cards are sites. These would be commons. Olympic National Forest. Now that would be sweet to go there. Coastal Northwest Oregon. And my last site, common, University of Maryland. A bluff is cigarette butts, you know, from our favorite cancer man. Detective Kelly Ryan. She's got a really nice name. In case you didn't know, my name is Ryan. A site, getting into my site cards. The Sea Off Tildescan in Norway. Remember that. Must have been that. Oh yeah, when they went on that ship. Mattawa. Marion. Very nice card. And the Mahan Propulsion Laboratory in Colson, Washington. It's all based on the TV show too, which is really awesome. So now getting to my uncommons. Got my Geiger counter. Can't go anywhere without your Geiger counter. Right? Or not, I don't know. Ooh, my weapon. Got myself a handgun. Another one. My Glock 19 semi-automatic pistol. Who's using it in this? I'll just show us a pair of hands in this card. And my high-powered flashlight. Look at that. Woo! Woohoo! Okay, now this is pretty awesome. I like the picture on this card. It's one of my rares. It's a combat card. It's called Chokehold. It's got Skinner choking out Mulder. Oh, Walter Skinner, you dirty, dirty man. Whispering sweet nothings into Mulder's ear. Can't wait for the show to come back on. And Disarm. Another combat card. So that's it. I'll come back and open up some more as soon as I sort these out and figure out what I still need and what I'm missing. But hope you enjoyed it, and I will be back.